Okay, this is in continuation of the self-forgiveness for the female ego, and the link for this I will post in the right side of this video. I'm doing this because I just separated and I'm supporting myself and assisting self as all life, as me as you as all life, okay? And this is the list I found in the internet, and I thought of doing this, see what happens. Cool. So to continue, I forgive myself that I haven't accepted and allowed myself to realize that the consciousness unified field of as this entire world and the manifestation thereof as humanity experience themselves require and need and depend upon human beings to define, become, be, behave, act, react within, and as their self-defined one-dimensional nature as the ego of the mind. They exist as constant polarity, friction, and conflict between right or wrong, good or bad, and a positive or negative to generate movement, the perception of evolution within and of the unified consciousness field. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to believe that the children I brought into this world is mine, and that it is my responsibility as a mother or father to teach and show them how to become the ego of the mind as I am. They exist as the polarity, conflict, and friction generators that generate this world as a unified consciousness field. They exist and have the ability to move as apparent evolution. I forgive myself to have allowed and accepted myself to be so mesmerized and hypnotized by my own mind's ego as what I have accepted and allowed myself to become. Excuse me. That I do not see or hear the world as humanity crying in agony, pain and sorrow of the destruction of the world and existence as me, because I believe and participate, I believe and perceive this world and humanity is apparently evolving. I forgive myself that I haven't accepted and allowed myself to see, realize and understand that this world is evolving into the true nature of man. Stepping forth the nature of man as a destruction of self. I forgive myself that I haven't allowed and accepted myself to realize that the children of the world, the animal kingdom and nature is here to show those that has gone before them what they have accepted and allowed themselves to become. Raping life, torturing life, abusing life, killing life, destroying life, the mind, the infestation, the disease within, and as human beings running the innocence of life expression, as the children, nature, and the animal kingdom, unconditionally expressing themselves. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to harbor the self-hatred, self-anger, self-regret, self-abuse, self-destructive nature within me, for accepting and allowing myself to be and become what I have as the mind. In this anger, hatred, regret, sorrow, sadness, remorse, I blame life, and thus I destroy life, because life made me what I am, and thus I will teach and show the generations to come to be just like me, just like mom and dad, so we can destroy life together. I forgive myself that I haven't accepted and allowed myself to realize that life as who I am is innocent, and thus I am individually responsible for me as for all that I have accepted and allowed to exist within me, and have become as the mind, and thus that I must stand up for me as life, as all, as one, as equal, as who I am, as one and equal as all, to stop and discontinue what I as each have accepted and allowed to manifest within this world as the experience of humanity within, as the unified consciousness field, to discontinue the suffering of innocent children, the animal kingdom and nature, till here no further. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to believe that I am not powerful enough, that I am not strong enough to stand up and say, till here no further, to stop what I have accepted and allowed, and thus remained hidden, secluded and locked within myself in becoming the ego of the mind, to just live out this life, get it over and done with, and survive while I'm here, leaving the statement, well, I'm here, so I'll make do with what I have until I die. forgive myself that I've accepted and allowed myself to believe that I don't have the courage and will within me. Ask me to stand up and say, they'll hear no further, and instead I accepted and allowed myself to conform, shape, and condition myself according to the necessity to survive in this world, to be accepted in this world as a unified consciousness field, and thus allowed and accepted myself to fall in the love of the design as the unified consciousness field, the design of marriage and the design of family and the design of relationship, in order to be noticed and accepted within the system. I will continue on in the next video. See you.